So Earl, he's a police officer. He wanted to speak for a couple minutes.
That would be me.
All right, Earl.
How's everybody doing? All right. Thanks for coming out. I'm a retired disabled police officer. I served for 19 years. I got hurt while I was on the job.
Thank you.
I'm a member of the FOP. I've negotiated I don't know how many contracts, and I know what it's like for the public employees when the politicians try to get the people to turn their backs on them. They lie about what goes on with the public employees. They use mistruths about what goes on with the public employees. I know I'm on disability. I'm drawing 50% of my pension. I pay hundreds of dollars for my health insurance a month. It's not some fat cat pension like all these politicians try to say that we're all getting and everything. I went to Madison, Wisconsin. I supported the union members of Madison, Wisconsin. I didn't make it news. I know, but they know how I supported them. And I think everybody that supports the public sector worker and the union worker, whether it be private or public. What can happen to us without the unions is just unthinkable what an employer will get away with if we don't have anybody there to protect us and speak up for us.
Thank you, Earl. Now John Dwyer wants to speak for a couple minutes about being out of work. These GOP cuts are going to cost 30,000 plus jobs in Illinois, 700,000 jobs across the United States right now when we have such high unemployment. So John, and John's from a proud union family as well.
CEOs will be out of work.
Yeah, you just press that.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for being here, definitely. I'm here for a couple of reasons. One is to support the people in Wisconsin because they supported us. You know, just because they're standing up for their own rights, they're standing up for all of our rights. Because, the fact that they've put so much on the line to help us, I think they deserve a hand.
Yeah.
The other reason I'm here, I'm a longtime SEIU member. My family has been in SEIU for over 50 years. And, so I'm a big believer in what unions do for everybody. And I'm really angry because, the people that want to make these cuts, that want to cost 700,000 to 1 million jobs in this country and 30,000 in Illinois, they have private health care, they have their health care taken care of, but they want to cut our health care. They have private security, but they want to cut our policemen. They have private education, but they want to cut our public schools and cut our funding for our public school teachers. And nobody's going to cut their pensions, but they want to cut all the public employees and eventually all of our pensions. So I'm angry, and I joined MoveOn for that reason. And I think we all need to let all of our representatives know, not just Lipinski, but everybody, that we're mad about this and we're not going to stand for it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not going to take it. Yeah.
Okay, Donna from Chicago Public Schools. She's a retired teacher. She's from Grange, and she's getting active again because of this attack.
Yeah.
I live on the east side of Grange, an absolutely fine place to live. I started with the CPS in 1971. We've got a couple of real old timers. My husband John, who started in '61, a neighbor Dick, another guy John. Raise your hands, guys. These guys were on the picket lines trying to they did get decent working conditions, and to think that collective bargaining can just be wiped out, to think that we could go back 100 years in time is really
Horrifying.
unthinkable. It's just unthinkable. So John and I have rejoined the Chicago Teachers Union. There's a retired chapter. I'm very proud of my union background and feel it very strongly right now. So if there's more of these gatherings, we'll be out. Thank you.
All right, one last speaker. This is a great location. which local you're with, but if you could tell us.
All right.
Hi, I'm Larry from.
Press it down. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, hi. I'm Larry Roberts. I'm with the IBEW Local 533, small local in Chicago, railroad local for the Burlington Northern Santa Fe. And I just want to say that unions are a great thing. We have great benefits. And what I wanted to say was I'm a cancer survivor. What the Democrats want to do, what the Republicans want to do, they want to cut cancer research. They want to destroy our unions. I was sick, I had excellent benefits. I'm able to keep my house, everything else. That's because of collective bargaining and what deals that we get through that. And united we stand and divided we fall. And that's what they want to do.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Just a quick story. A CEO, a Tea Party member, and a union member are sitting at a table. There's 10 apples on the table. The CEO grabs 9 of them and says to the Tea Party guy, "Watch it, that union guy wants to take your apple."
There you go. There you go.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Harry Garner. I live in the Grange. I'm an old steel worker. I've been in a couple different companies, and I watched as the steel companies closed, and I watched as the unions lost rights. I took a job after I was laid off from my last mill at a private company, and I developed cancer too. During the time, actually the day Obama was elected, I was laid off from my job. 30 days later, I lost my chemotherapy over here at Grange Memorial Hospital. If I wasn't a U.S. veteran, I don't know where I'd be right now. The Veterans Administration took me in. I'm a cancer survivor, and the GOP wants to cut $75 million for homeless veterans. I don't think it's right that they're sending people off to do the dirty work, and then when they have problems, they want to cut their benefits. Well, I just want to say that I stand behind the people from Wisconsin, and I stand behind all those working folks in middle-class America, because we're the ones that built this country, and we're not going to let them take it back without a fight, right? Thank you.
And thank you for serving.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming out.
I want you all to know that there's a couple actions that'll be coming up. There's going to be a National Day of Action for across the country in each state, and it'll be April 4th most likely. Keep on the lookout. It could be April 2nd for some people, April 4th for others.
Our daughter has a blog called Pantsless for Cancer, and so this is cancer show. This is on Pantsless, but this was the last day. The signs were up before they were taken down. The doors were still locked. The message we have is like we're very concerned because the country is basically being stolen right out from under the eyes of the American people. It's the only way it could happen is if your eyes are closed and you're not seeing that we're developing into a plutocracy, so that only money counts in terms of government. And without taking a stand against that, that's the direction things are going. So plutocracy is, rather than democracy, is where we'll be very soon, unless people open their eyes.
What I wanted to point out is this is such a brilliant picture to me because your faces are so hopeful and positive.
Yeah.
I've been reading some really kind of bizarre spin on the protesters saying that they're really aggressive. And
right.
This does not look aggressive to me.
Yeah, well, this is
aware.
Well, we're just pointing out that Mugabe got rid of public unions in 2003. So Zimbabwe, we're now following in the path of Zimbabwe. So
not a good sign.
Right, and my sign was explaining that Governor Walker loves corporate welfare, but he does not want to have anything to do with public servants. He's not in favor of public servants, but he does love them. Yes, exactly. Exactly, no, he is one.
It's disturbing to imagine whether we'll have government serving us when we really need it if we're electing to government people who believe that government can't do anything right. I don't think that's who we want to put in office in our government, people who are out to convince us that the government can't do anything right.
Then what are you doing?
Not when we're going to need government at some point.
That's also the great Republican dichotomy, because they say, well, government can't do anything right because it's run by people, but yet corporations are run by people, but somehow they do everything right. It just doesn't make sense.
And somehow it's the fact that government is the people is lost. We are the government. We are the people. For some reason, the Republicans have forgotten that the government is us, and we want to take it back because it's been stolen by the plutocrats.
He never went and he never told the truth that he wanted to break the unions and get rid of collective bargaining. If he would have said that in the beginning, I'm sure the election would have come out a whole lot different. So he's a liar. He's an outright liar, and he is not a trustworthy politician whatsoever.
Didn't waste much time, right?
No, immediately.